Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Please like this video and please start a conversation. Now, this isn't really a comedy, it's more of a talking point. I recently read a statistic that and I don't want to say the statistic, but percentage-wise, a lot of people were happy that not for COVID-19, obviously, not for the deaths of COVID-19, clearly, but for the fact that they don't have to go out. A lot of restaurants and bars and local establishments are either closed or people stopped going to them, or it's just discontinued until further notice. I read a statistic that a lot of people are actually happy about this, that they don't have to succumb to the social pressures of going out to a restaurant, of going out to a place, of going out to a bar, and all the social anxiety that comes along with it. And I think that this tells a lot about our society, that people are actually happy and content that they don't have to do this and they could just take a break for a while. And you know what? I happen to agree with it. The vast majority of the time that you go out to a bar or a restaurant, this is what happens. Let's just say you're a single guy going out. Well, I give three scenarios. The first one is you're just a single guy going out and maybe you're looking to meet. Do you realize that alcoholic beverages are at a 600 to 700% increase? I mean, you could buy a six-pack of, let's just say, Bud Light, and it's maybe $6 or $7. But when you go there, it's maybe $7 or $8 a drink. And that's the lightest beer that I could think of, the most, template beer that I could think of. So you go there and you overpay for beers. You get 3 beers, 7, 14, 21, plus tip and tax, you're talking $25 right there. Meals that are way overpriced, a burger and fries for $20. You go out, you're spending $50, $55. Nobody talks to you. If you talk to a girl and you get a phone number, you're lucky. It's rare. It almost never happens. You just talk to your friend who you're probably half-hearted about in the first place, and you say to yourself when you left, why did I waste my time? Why did I waste my money? Second scenario is you go out as a couple, a man and a woman. Alright, if you're in a committed relationship, that could actually be pretty cool, but everything stands with the prices. At that point, you might spend $100 for a couple of beers, maybe burgers and some other random salad or whatever, and an appetizer. You're spending $100. The service is usually bad. They don't care about you. They want to get you in there and out of there as soon as possible and just take your money. And the third scenario is, let's just say you go with a group of guys. It's very similar. It could get rowdy. It could, just spending, acting silly. I mean, that's not what I do, but you could get rowdy. It could get annoying. The people are going to end up giving you bad service. You could potentially get in trouble. I'm not a drinker at all, but if you get drunk, you're going to have a difficult time. You're going to have to take an Uber home. It'll cost you $100. Maybe you'll end up getting sick. These places have to start giving better service and charging lower prices. I hate to say it, but a small part of me is, I don't want to use the word happy, but it should be a wake-up call for these places. The prices are outrageous. The service is terrible. The atmosphere is touch and go. It's just not so good. And I understand why people don't want to go out. It's just a waste of their time and money. That's why these things like Uber Eats have gotten so big all of a sudden, and Postmates and all that. People have gotten lazy because they're not being given a good service or a good product when they go out. They're being totally screwed over with high prices, terrible service, and a cruddy atmosphere. When we get out of this, my hope is that these establishments, determine this and make a course correction, and a lot of them aren't going to have the opportunity to do that because they're all going out of business. I went to a bar yesterday and they said they're going out of business. Another bar in the park, they said they're done, they're bankrupt. After the tail end of 2020, it's it. All these places are going out of business. And hopefully the places that survive use this as an opportunity to fix what's broken. It's broken in our society because a lot of people are happy that they don't have to deal with this nonsense anymore. And I don't blame them. I just don't blame them. So tell me what you think. Is there any place that you think actually does provide good service, actually does provide good food? This is a shout out to people from New York from like 20 years ago. Though it was a little bit overpriced, everything else was King's Plaza Diner from quite a many moons ago. That's a place I could think of. Maybe China News Star and some other. I mean, there's some places in Florida too, but I mean, it's up to you to tell me what you think. I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible.